We all took the last plane for the coast. The day the music died.
I heard that song was about Buddy Holly and about those guys that were.
How can you stand there and say that to me, Aaron?
Say what to you?
That song's about Buddy Holly and them
The
musicians.
day the music died.
I'm talking about the day the music died, the day he stopped writing songs, man.
But he stopped writing songs.
Not him, mister.
Oh, Don McLean?
Me.
Oh, you?
Goddamn, man. What do you think?
That song's about you.
Goddamn right it is.
I don't know a lot about my Uncle Eugene. My family doesn't talk about him very much. I do know that when he would call our house collect, we were told not to accept the charges. And I know that when he was 18, he was a nationally ranked chess master.
I told her, don't cry out loud, just keep it inside. Learn how to hide your feelings. Fly high and fly, and if you should fall, remember, you almost had it all. Can't get there, man. I used to be able to get there.
This is Eugene when he was 10. He's about to try and do a handstand. He tested at the genius level when he was 12. This is Eugene's father, my grandfather, Howard. He passed away years ago. And this is Eugene's mother.
His dad had one of these clocks. The hand just goes around and you can't even see the works of the watch. We came home and the babysitter told us that he had taken that thing completely apart and put it together again himself.
Remember how old he was when he did that?
I guess he was around 2.5, 3 years old. You know, didn't need anybody but himself, and he just didn't seem to require the sleep that most people would.
This guy is brutal. Brutal.
Oh, wait, no.
Checkmate.
What's wrong with my chess game? How come you beat me 7 straight games in a row?
Is that all? He seems like 20, man.
Alright, give me some advice. What am I doing wrong?
Playing me.
You remember when you first played?
I was about 10 years old.
Who'd you play with?
My father.
Oh, yeah?
He got me in a false mate. Boy, after that, he didn't do nothing because I studied and I played him again and I beat him in a King's Gambit. I remember he tried to protect the pawn with pawn to King Knight 4 and I played H4, pawn to King's Rook 4 and he took it and I got a good game.
He still plays chess, the first Thursday of every month at the local community center. Here he's playing in a tournament against the top-ranked player.
What's the analysis of the game?
Bishop takes bishop.
Yeah.
Queen takes pawn check. King to knight 1. And he's got a pawn rook to king's bishop 1.
What if he doesn't take the knight's pawn?
Then it's just a game.
I was called in to come to the office, and the principal told me, Mrs. Lubarsky, you're going to have to do something about this boy. I don't think he fits in the public school. Because all he does when he's in the room is raises his hand and asked the teacher, well, when are we going to learn anything? We got him in the military school, and he seemed to do fine. He would come home only one day a week. We'd get to bring him home on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
You went to military school, right?
Yep. That sucked. No women. It was only in the 3rd grade. Skipped the 4th grade, and the 5th grade, and the 6th grade I went to. Then I went to a public school, 7th, 8th, and 9th.
We were unaware, actually, that he was experimenting with drugs at all. I don't know, we were just absolutely oblivious to it, and I think parents are the first ones to be in denial about it.
What drugs did you do in college?
You name it, I did them all. Except heroin, I didn't do any heroin.
Is there one that you feel affected you more than any other one?
I don't know, probably acid.
I checked with some of his roommates, and I said, just what has happened to him that he can't concentrate? He says he has to come home and he's dropping out of school. And then one of the fellows told me that, he said, did you know that all of us fellas went on an LSD trip, and Eugene was the only one that had a bad trip.
Who offered you drugs in college the first time?
Well, alright, resident assistant.
What did he do?
He said, Gene, if you don't take this, I'm going to have to call your dad and tell him you're not taking your medication. That's what he said.
What did he give you?
Some acid.
Out of the 4 of them, the 3 boys came out of it unscathed, apparently, and didn't suffer anything, but Eugene became so violent and so difficult that they had to lock him up in a room and just left him there. Ever since that episode, he wasn't able to study at all. And he wanted to come home, and he thought it was just a waste of money.
You think your life would be different if you didn't try drugs?
Man, I was up in heaven, and Misha already told me what was going to happen in my life.
What did Misha say?
She said, you do the rest, I'll give you the almighty power.
What's the almighty power?
Almighty power is the power to get Julia Louis-Dreyfus anytime you want her. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't want it like that. I wouldn't want it like that.
It changed the chemistry in his brain, and he started to hallucinate. We didn't even accept the fact that he had an illness.
What is his diagnosed illness?
Well, they told us at the time he was a bipolar manic depressive. He has certain fixed delusions that no medication to date has been able to help him. They're real to him, they exist to him.
I put Arnold Schwarzenegger once on the beach in a different lifetime. The first game I ever played with Arnold Schwarzenegger I can remember is a Petros defense, and we exchanged queens, and we played queen to king to each of us, and it was a draw.
Was he draw?
Yeah.
When he doesn't take his medication, Eugene thinks that he has a wife and kids in San Diego. And lately he thinks he's actually dating the actress from Seinfeld, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. And once when he was 25, to get the attention of a girl that he liked, he did something unthinkable.
I got a call from a friend of mine, Pearl Lobel. She said, you know, Gene, I think you better, if you can, she says, come home right now. And I decided right then and there, I said, it must be about Eugene. I said, something has happened. And when I got there, she told me that he was in Valley Medical Hospital, that he had severed his hand just below the wrist.
Hey, can you tell me about your hand? What happened to your hand?
Nothing.
Nothing?
It's just the same thing that happens to everybody else's hand, only mine didn't get fixed. They didn't fix mine.
They didn't fix it.
They didn't fix mine.
Did they try and fix it?
They didn't fix mine. Most people, they just fix them, you know.
Yeah.
They didn't fix mine. I tried to put it back on and fix it, and come on, poofy, doofy, check it. Didn't fix it.
He was just amazed, and the surgeons were amazed, how beautifully this wrist had been cut, and it had been done so neatly and so carefully that he says you would think a surgeon had cut it off. He says, and to think that he had just used a penknife which he had sharpened himself, and they said it was just unbelievable how beautifully he had cut that wrist off with no damage, you know.
Why did you trade Queens?
I don't know. I thought I could win this B pawn and B pawn and B pawns. I thought I didn't think he could penetrate, but he sacks the pawn and gets in there.
So what happened?
So I lost.
When I went to interview my Uncle Eugene, I set up the microphone and asked him to do a sound check. And he started to sing.
Let's see, let me sing a song here.
What was that one you were just singing?
Give me one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be. When all of my dreams are heartbeat away and the fences are all up to me. Give me one moment in time when I'm racing with destiny. Then when that one moment is done, then I will feel eternity. Ah, ah, yo, ho, ho. Ah, 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 ho, ho, ho. Oh.